kind of to talk to people. You good?
Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Right. So congratulations on your win. Now you had you coming off a 3-fight losing streak, unfortunately for you. And how do you feel about the UFC having enough faith in you, and also allowing you to come back in a different weight class to come back and put on the performance you did tonight?
Well, I feel great, that they definitely put that faith in me, that that I'm always going to do better, because in previous fights I did show that I'm always exciting. I try to leave it all out there, and it's just unfortunate how the other fights went. And really, it was totally on me, man. Those fights that I lost, I was taking it too seriously, man. Like it was. I don't think any of those fights that I lost, I was ever smiling. I was serious. I was so focused on trying to get the win because I haven't lost in a while, and I just wanted to keep that streak going. So all that pressure, just wanted to try and win again, really got to me. And for this fight, I really didn't care whether I won or lost. I said I'm just gonna go out there and do what I love. I mean, I wanted to do this. Why am I gonna be serious about it? So let's just get out there and have some fun, and it really worked out for me.
And the rehydration, was that a factor as far as moving up to featherweight?
Oh no, I just cut like 5 pounds for this fight. I feel great at featherweight. It's natural for me. For a while I could cut to 35, but after I grew a little bit, it just became nearly impossible. I mean, I was destroying my body just trying to get down to 35. So I said, forget it. I'll fight at a higher weight class, and I'm always used to being the faster guy, and because these guys are fast at 35, and they can really place their punches in and a lot harder. I feel like I'm getting hit not as hard at 45 than I am at 35, just because I'm more planted at 35, where I can move off and take these glancing blows, and I definitely feel a lot more healthier, so as long as I feel good, I'm going to perform good, right?
Now, as far as, like you said, you have a cool look. A lot of people, I think, appreciate the fact that you have a positive attitude. I mean, do you think that's sort of the thing that can launch you ahead of other people in your weight class as far as your recognition factor, in addition to your fighting skills?
Well, definitely. I'm a memorable character. Some people use the word immortal. Like I'm just a face that's there. That you can recognize, and not only that, I think what really helps me, get along with people, and people like to watch me go at it, is that I'm a very approachable guy. I'm not like a regular fighter, who looks intimidating. Oh, I don't want to approach him. Maybe he might punch me in the face. I look like any regular old Joe. Especially if I have like loose-fitting clothes on. I don't look. I'm unassuming completely. I don't look threatening whatsoever. So I think in being more of a relatable character, helps me get more fans and people, and I guess enjoy me in that sense, because they're like, oh man, here's a guy that looks similar to me. I can get out there and do something like that. And also I'm a character, so I don't go out there as the same generic fighter. I'm my own individual. I try not to be anybody else or a second-rate version of everybody else. I just try to be myself, and it's the most that I can ask for.
And then for tonight's fight, were you expecting to get that phone call one more time to fight for the UFC? And after or leading up to the fight, I mean, especially like you talked about having a relaxed performance, how were you able to manage your stress level?
Well, not cutting weight helped a lot. But at the end of the day, it was just some soul searching, I do a lot of meditation, a lot of introverted thinking. I try to go deep into myself so I can find myself sometimes. And when I looked into myself, I started to remember who I was and not who I became. And remembering who I was a person that just enjoyed doing it. And I wanted to get back there again. And so this whole camp was just me trying to get back to that creativeness, trying to get back to that individuality, trying to get back to that shine, just get out there and be yourself. So that's what helped me out a lot. I started to see myself as a little kid again.
Talk a little bit about that mental strain, not to keep going back to the weight kind of thing, but how much did that kind of mentally vex you to be having that struggle to make that weight?
Well, you got to think about it. If you're hungry the whole time and you're thinking about food the whole time, your body hurts and you might pass out sometimes. You're not thinking about the fight whatsoever. You're not training. You're just focusing on getting the weight off. This whole camp, without cutting weight, I was able to just train. Not trying to. All I focused was on training, my techniques, and what I was going to do out there, trying to be myself out there rather than trying to get some weight off. There was no other outside thinking other than this match, other than this art that you call martial arts. You know, there was nothing else outside of that. It was just me and him. That's it.
So with the IV ban, do you kind of think that this might be good for fighters in the sense that they're going to need to fight up that weight class and maybe fight where they should be fighting instead of just depleting their body to the point that it's just dangerous?
Oh, hell yeah, you know, it's going to be a lot better. And when you think about it again, you know, I say this all the time, if none of us cut weight, we'd be still fighting the same people, just at higher weight classes. So it really doesn't make a difference. It just became some weird tradition, some cult tradition that we're all going to kill ourselves before we get into the fight, you know, and then now we're in the fight angry at somebody we never even met. You know, I can't be mad at you. I'm sorry. I'm going to beat you. I want to win. I'm going to take it from you, but at the same time, I don't know you. I respect you, but I'm going to try and win. That's all. It's a sport, you know. At the end of the day, it's not necessarily real fighting. It's a sport.
What are your thoughts on maybe bringing weight classes closer together if they're only 5 pounds apart instead of 10 or 15?
That will make for... Oh man, that'll be weird. I can't really tell you what that will be like. I've been used to doing it for so long like this. It'll definitely make the weight classes easier to go through. You know, there'll be less people in every weight class, so you know there'll be less competition. Like for some, like 35, 45s are stacked weight classes. You know, those weight classes have like a deep end of people that you have to run through before you even get a chance at something great. So it could make it for a more challenging as well as unpredictable fights, I guess.
But do you think it's something that would deter people from maybe making huge weight cuts?
Yeah, definitely. More weight classes, people can find a weight that's more natural to them and fight at that weight class.
And do you think this is your natural weight class?
Yeah, for sure. If I only got to cut 5 pounds, that's just water weight. I just got to sweat a little bit in the gym and that's it. I'm good.
Do you find a fight like this, it's really a dangerous cat and mouse because you zoom in, he zooms in, and someone accidentally throws a punch at the right time. So are those fights scarier because you're in there and you're like, okay, I got to make this move or else I can't bait him into coming, but if I walk into an elbow. So is it scarier for you to have that, all right, my fast reflexes really need to be fast on this
As in a fast-paced stand-up battle?
like you're going in, he's going in, and it's a cat and mouse.
For me, that's where I glow, man. That's when I'm at home. I feel so comfortable there. You know, I trust in my reaction time. I trust in my reflexes. So when I'm there, I feel naturally at home. You know, I like to play that cat and mouse game. That is the game that I put people in. I'm the one who forces you to play that cat and mouse game with me. The game that I hate to play is the grinding game and whatnot. I mean, I've learned to embrace it ever since I moved to the lab and we started building up and filling in those holes that I was lacking, as such as like ground game wrestling and cage dominance. But other than that, I love that cat and mouse game. That's totally where I'm at.
Have you ever, because when I see you smile and you're relaxed, I'm like, that's wonderful. Have you ever asked other fighters or sparring partners how it affects them? Because I watch and I'm like, balls on this guy. Do you ever, when they throw their hardest punch, and you smile at them, have you ever asked them like, hey, how'd that feel? Or how do you think it makes them feel?
Well, I definitely know how it makes them feel because I do ask people. They think that I'm mocking them, that I'm, you know, like being a dick, and for lack of a better term, but really, I'm smiling because I'm really enjoying myself, you know. And when I really enjoy myself, you know, I'm 100% there at the fight, you know. Like, for instance, if you ever played a sport and you're not really into it, you know, you're not aware of it, and then you just hate it, you know, and then you're angry for no reason, and you miss a whole lot of, plays and whatnot, you miss a lot of techniques. But when you're actually enjoying yourself, you're kind of like in that moment. It's like a streamline that you're just riding and coasting on. So I do know how it makes people feel. And I had to get over that, you know, because I didn't want to be the person that people just disliked because they thought I was mocking them. I had to get over that. If that's the way you feel, then I'm sorry. I can't help the way you feel. Feel that way if you want, but I'm doing this, and I know why I'm doing this. So, and it has nothing to do with whatever you're thinking about, so fuck you.
Jordan stuck his tongue if that happens. How about when you've moved different gyms, you were in New York with Enzo, you had Kira, and you've done all these things. How do you know when you find a good home? When you're like, this works for me? Because everywhere you go, you want to stay positive and say, oh, this is a good gym. How do you actually know, like, this is where I should be?
Well, I've been to a lot of gyms, and I love bouncing around gyms just because there's so many different techniques to learn, so many different people to meet, and so many ways of doing the same thing, you know, which is the beauty of any type of art form. But when I know that I found a good place is when you have that family-orientated feeling, you know, where I'm here for you, and no matter whatever's going on, you're gonna be there for me in that sense. And I know that's true. A lot of different gyms, you know, they're very business-like. You know, I'm coming here to work, I'm all about me, and you got a lot of, you know, testosterone, you know, just flowing around the room, and in a bad way, false machismo, so to speak. But when I like the gym at the lab, you know, it's just everybody's there for each other, and nobody takes a day off, you know. And also, I think what's the biggest part of that is the work ethic. You know, no matter if I win a fight or lose a fight, I'm back at the gym the next day. Because this is not a sport that I want to play, like the whole picture of it. I mean, the UFC is a sport, but it's not a sport I play. This is a lifestyle that I live. You know, and if I don't do it one day, I'm gonna feel awkward, I'm gonna feel weird. And not only that, if you were there for me in my camp, in my training sessions, I will feel ashamed if I wasn't there for you. And people that have that like-minded way of thinking are the people that I want to be around. You know, that we're here to help each other. If I help you and you help me, there'll be nobody left without help, right?
Right. Do you have any unfinished business or anybody in your radar right now?
No, not really. No, I'm just taking one fight at a time, get in there and just enjoy myself.
No, nothing on the bucket list. Locations, types of opponents. I mean, right?
Types of opponent? I can't say, man. I'm one of those guys that's at home gardening and playing guitar and, you know, doing other stuff. I don't even watch this stuff. I don't even watch fighting. I don't know 90% of the fighters that fight in the UFC. You know, and I guess I should, you know, but I'm not about that. I don't watch sports. I hate sports. I hate watching. I just hate TV, period, you know. So I really can't tell you if there was a person, I didn't watch him enough to know if I wanted to fight him or not. So I can't tell you that.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, oye, pregúntale algo en español. Spanish is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pero córrete un poquito más ahí.
¿Cómo te sentiste después de ganar? Hasta una mala racha. O sea, sabemos que venía una mala racha. ¿Cuál fue tu primera impresión ya?
De verdad, yo sentí como nada espectacular pasó. Yo sentí bien. Bueno, yo estoy feliz que yo ganó, pero en el mismo tiempo, bajando y peleando adentro de la arena, es que yo quiero hacer, that's what makes me happy. Entonces, bueno, pero yo sentí más respeto por mi oponente.
Se te ve en el cage, en el octágono, se te ve sonriendo. ¿Es por motivación, por tú estás disfrutando lo que estás haciendo ahí? Se te ve como que tú te sonríes.
Sí, yo estoy disfrutando la pelea. Es como mi casa, tú sabes. Me relajo cuando yo estoy bajando. Entonces, I like it, you know, es que yo quiero hacer, entonces yo no puedo sentir mal.
Okay. En el primer round, tu rival, fácil, sí conectó una patada en tu cabeza, que fuiste para atrás. ¿Cuál fue tu impresión ahí? ¿A cortar distancia? ¿Se notaba un poco peligroso con las piernas?
Oh, yo sabía que él va a tirar mucho patada arriba y cuando me dio con eso, I felt, yo no sabe cómo decir en español, pero I felt lucky que me dio en la pelo. Yo tenía mucho, ¿cómo tú dices? Cushion.
Okay. ¿Te vas a mantener en la misma división? ¿Piensas moverte?
Sí.
¿Ya vas a subir? Ok, muchas gracias.
Gracias, Martín.
Un saludo, si quieren enviar un saludo a la América Latina en español, que van a estar viendo, saludo a MMA1, que es nuestro website, en español, ¿puede hacer?
Gracias MMA1 para Latinoamérica y
Okay.
gracias.
Okay.
Gracias.
Spanish is great, man. Spanish is great.
Good job, baby.
It's not as good.